Alright then. Good evening there, I'm Tartan Rose, and in this video I'll be presenting you my Sengoku BASARA collection, something I wanted to make a long time now, and it's ever growing. It's growing like steadily, so I thought maybe just go into it. In this little closet I also have one art book of Bleach, but don't mind that. And let's start with these little figurines I got. I got one of Shima Sakon and one of Ishida Mitsunari. These are my two favorite characters in the BASARA franchise, in actually every franchise in actually history as well. I mean, if you follow me or see my streams or something, you already know that I absolutely love and adore these two. I also got some bookmarks. I got like a 4-pack, 2 was with Shima Sakon and Ishida Mitsunari, and also there was Shibata Katsuye and Date Masamune. I also have always these little pendants of Shima Sakon and Ishida Mitsunari with me on my Ita bag. So anyway, I also got a Sakon plush. I couldn't get my hands on a Mitsunari plush yet, but anyway, let's continue on. Sengoku BASARA 1, Sengoku BASARA 2, Sengoku BASARA Judge End, Sengoku BASARA Last Party the movie. There's also a music video including in this box, and also Gakuren BASARA. Now we got here 2 of these illustrated books. Now these contain a little bit of story for Sengoku BASARA 4 Sumeragi, and also like contain beautiful art pictures, something like along the lines what's going on in the story, some cutscenes that were like depicted that we never got to see. I also got the 10 years BASARA anniversary CD. "13 songs, a special movie, and some promotion videos, which are very nice, and the songs are actually performed by the songs are like the character soundtracks of the franchise, performed by Joffy, Rachel, MC Cat, something like that. Also Kamen Rider Girls and Soli Demo. This actually is one of, I think it's the first thing I got. It's a storybook about Ishida Mitsunari and the storyline around him in Sengoku BASARA 3. It's mostly text with a few little depictions, but I got it back then. Now we get to a real treat. I got the 8 volumes of the Sengoku BASARA 3 Bloody Angel manga, drawn by Ito Ryu. Which follows only Mitsunari's story. It is completely different than we once really used to, I guess. It's bloodier, it's gory. It depicts how absolutely relentless his character in the BASARA franchise actually is, and how absolutely loyal he is, how straightforward. He is so straightforward that he lost his flexibility, and you join him on this journey, on the journey to revenge his lord. Yeah, the manga of Bloody Angel gets more into detail than the game back then. It gets darker. It's very dark in comparison to the game.
何度も言わせるな。従属しろ。反論は認めない。
It even features his bloody tears that we saw in Sengoku BASARA 3. It really bonds to the game, since we got one scene where he like attacked Kingo and smashes on his little pot that he got on his back so much that he actually breaks it, and then he threatens him to cut out his tongue, which in response he pisses himself. So yeah, I know that you couldn't include that in the game, I know. He then proceeds to beat him up really bad, as in the game he just beats a little bit on his little pot and then leaves after scaring Kingo half to death. All in all, it was a roller coaster of emotions reading Bloody Angel, and I'm so proud that I got this. I think this is one of the reasons my collection really got big, because there are eight books, 8 mangas, and then it just kept on growing. I also have like one book of the Yasu version, which is named Naked Blood. I haven't got my hands on the other ones. You see different perspectives of the story. So there's also a Yukimura version. I think it's called Tiger's Blood, I'm not very sure. So there I got another book containing of 3 different stories from 3 different mangakas, including Date Masamune, Ishida Mitsunari and Matsunaga Hisahide. We actually see what happens with Date Masamune's eye in the Basara franchise, which is one legend that Katakuro Kojiro actually cut it out, and this one follows it. In the Ishida Mitsunari part, there is the tea ceremony depicted, in which he actually started to bond with Otani Yoshitsugu. And then we got the 3 mangas that also follow the storylines of Sengoku BASARA for Sumeragi. It depicts the various cutscenes in mangas there, which I really like. Then we go over to Gakuen Basara. I actually have all of the current, hold on, how many are there? 6 books and 2 special ones. Some of these stories actually make it into the Gakuen Basara anime, which I really like, that it's adapted like that.
何が幽霊だ小賢しい。だが見つけられなければ失格。それはすなわち家康に負けたことになる。うわー！出てこい幽霊！
Then we got one that I got. I'm going to be honest, I mainly got this one because the cover features Shima Sako and Ishida Mitsunari. It's a little story with around the Sengoku Basara franchise in chibi style. It's funny, it's very nice. Then we got another anthology of Sengoku Basara for Sumeragi, which also depicts more humor in contrast to Bloody Angel or Naked Blood, so that's a little nice. Then we got this illustration book of Sengoku Basara Motoki Yoshihara. It's a beautiful illustration book. One of them actually depicts Mitsunari in Virgil costume and Masamune in Dante costume, since it's the same game developer, and Virgil's and Dante's movements are like what they got as inspiration for Mitsunari and Masamune's. Even though Masamune's moveset is even more unique, as he has his 6 claws, but that's where it initially like stems from. The colors are amazing. They're vibrant. They're lifelike. It's beautiful. I actually have 2 DVDs of the movie Sengoku Basara: The Last Party. I don't know why I have 2. I got 2. Don't worry about it. I just got 2. I actually got 3 with the DVD box right there. Well, all right. Now we get into the art books and the Sengoku Basara official complete works, which are a few very heavy and thick books, to be honest. This one actually features the Sumier pictures they got for the Giga Basara attack. It also features the different outfits the characters can have, the different weapons they can have, a few of their lines. And to be honest, I never heard of Sumie art up until Sengoku Basara 4 Sumeragi for the Giga attacks. The art style is absolutely astonishing. Just to give some examples, it's so astonishing, it's so beautiful. I don't have any words for it, to be honest. It's perfect for the character, to depict the character. It's one of my favorite art styles now that I got introduced to it. It also features a few of the stages, the stage work, how they were drawn and then adapted into like the PC. It's also very nice to see the artistic style of everything, how the characters could have looked, the characters that were introduced in Sengoku Basara 4. The books also feature like some movements for some characters like here for Sakon, which has one of the most complicated movements that I would say. There are also some interviews with some of the artists and some of the developers of the game. We got next into the official complete art book for Sengoku Basara, The Last Party, for the movie. This is one of them actually, there's also another one, but this one features more of the aspect of the movie. Also features some changes between like TV or like the movie. Also has some artwork in it. You can also find some interviews with the voice actors for the characters. I'm very sorry, it's so hard to like record with a phone. I'm sorry for the video quality with just one hand. This is one of my favorite art books. It's like the groundwork for Sengoku Basara, The Last Party. Also for some of the anime. This is one of my favorite art style, to be honest. It's so clean, it's so sharp, I really love it. I think that's why it's my favorite art book. It's so nice. I love to like look into it and have like a look backstage behind the scenes. I'm so in love with this particular style. Now we got into my last. This is the newest one I got. It also is like I think you could say like some groundwork for the game with some of the early drafts and the drafts in general for the anime cutscenes. And also some of the drafts and general movements of the camera and the character of the in-game cutscene, so this is nice as well. As for games, I started on the PS3 with Sengoku Basara 3 Samurai Heroes. I started with the English version, of course, and then got the Japanese version just for shit and giggles. And then the Sengoku Basara HD collection came to PS3, which features the first game. It features the first game, the second game, and also a second adaptation for the game. Then the next game on the PS3 was Sengoku Basara 3 Utage. I also got the PSP Sengoku Basara Chronicle Heroes, which is completely different than the PS3 and PS4 versions. It's a complete different. It's for me, it's a complete different feel. Maybe because it's a handheld. I don't know. Back to non-handheld consoles. Then on the PS3, Sengoku Basara 4 came out, which firstly features some new characters like Shima Sakon, Shibata Katsuye and Goto Matabe, just to name a few. Then on the PS4 there was Sengoku BASARA for Sumeragi, and then the latest game on console is Sengoku BASARA Yukimura Den. Yeah, I also played Sengoku BASARA Battle Party, which was on mobile phone, but they shut down the servers, which was very sad. I really enjoyed that game too, but that's that. This is my ever-growing Sengoku BASARA collection. I really love this franchise. It's one of my favorite, and yeah. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed your stay, and maybe this collection will grow even more. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you stuck all to the end, I really thank you for that. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna go now. Goodbye.